The National League MVP race. It's actually pretty interesting. You thought it was going to be pretty much down to Christian Yelich and Cody Bellinger, but then Yelich went down with an injury, so now it's really down to Bellinger and Rendon. Or is it? Or do we even consider Cattell Marte maybe in the conversation? Well, that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. I'm going to be going over who I think is going to win the National League MVP. There's 4 solid candidates, 3 who I honestly think have a chance to win. I'm going to tell you about the years they're having, their stats, why it's important that they're playing so well, and why I think that they deserve to win the MVP. And then, of course, I'm going to give you my pick out of these 4 players. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like on it. That's the best way to show your support to the channel. Subscribe if you're new and you enjoy the content. If you love baseball, click that sub button. The season may be coming to an end, but the content's going to keep coming strong. Remember to get in the comment section down below. Let me know who you think is going to win the National League MVP. You got Yelich, you got Bellinger, Rendon, Cattell Marte. I'd love to know what you have to think down in the comments below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GiraffeNeckMarc. Link is in the description. I'm always talking baseball over there. And I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Auction of Champions. Auction of Champions is an auction house for sports memorabilia, and they've gone out and sent me another package. They always come fully authenticated, so you know you're getting the real deal stuff. Really fast shipping, great customer service, and if you're a fan of sports, this is a place where you can get some really awesome memorabilia. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what they gave me in this mystery little envelope here, see how it goes. So we're opening it up, and no. Wow, you guys know I'm a huge Mike Piazza fan. That's a Mike Piazza signed picture. What? Thank you, Auction of Champions. My favorite player of all time, Mike Piazza. Autograph. Yes, Auction of Champions. Go check it out. Link in the description. So this National League MVP race is actually a little more interesting than you probably believe it really is. Yeah, that was a sentence I just said. Okay. But regardless of my lack of knowledge of the English language, the National League MVP race is actually close. As I said in the beginning of the video, it was originally Christian Yelich and Cody Bellinger at the top, but then you look at Anthony Rendon's numbers and you go, hold on a second. He's having a disgusting year. He needs to be in the conversation. And then you have Cattell Marte, who honestly is definitely the number 4 choice, but you look at his numbers and you go, man, he's having a fantastic season as well. So let's start off with Cattell Marte right now. He's kind of the cult hero pick for the MVP, although let's be honest, I think pretty much everyone understands he's not going to win it. Marte is having a career season in 2019, 32 homers, 36 doubles, 9 triples to drive in 92 runs. He has a league best 187 hits on the season, hitting 329 with a 389 on base, 592 slugging, and a 981 OPS. Not to mention he's played center field, second base, and shortstop this year, and he's played them all fairly well. Marte is an all-around really good player. He's having a career season. I mean, the definition of a breakout year. Prior to this season, he had 14 home runs as his career high, and before that, he was in the single digits. So Cattell Marte, fantastic year. Anytime you have an OPS above 800, it's great. 900 is fantastic. Approaching 1,000 is disgusting. In other years, Cattell Marte might have a legitimate shot at winning the MVP, but in 2019, when you have guys like Yelich, Bellinger, and Rendon ahead of him, he has an extremely tough chance. I won't be surprised if you see him finish in the top 5 of MVP voting. He definitely should, but to get any first place votes, I'm just not sold on that. Unbelievable season. He's carried the Diamondbacks offense this year, but he's just not the MVP of the 2019 season for the National League, which then leads us to the 3-headed monster that we all know about. So if you told me that Christian Yelich was going to play the rest of the year, he would be my pick because his numbers are disgusting. But now with his injury keeping him out for the rest of the year, it kind of puts that in jeopardy. But realistically, he could still win the MVP. His numbers are just that good. In 130 games this season, Christian Yelich has 44 home runs, 29 doubles, 3 triples to drive in 97 RBIs, and he stole 30 bases. He's hitting 329 with a league best 429 on base, league best 671 slugging, and an 1100 OPS, of course best in the league. Defensively, he's not a gold glover out there, but he's also not terrible. I mean, Yelich is really good. It's a shame that this injury is probably going to knock him out of the MVP race because honestly, if he missed the first 15 games of the season as opposed to the last 15, he's winning this award. But because he's missing down the stretch in a playoff race, I think the voters are going to penalize him for that, which I think is just, it's dumb. He has an OPS at 1100. You shouldn't lose when you have an OPS at 1100. So I would personally say that he should probably win it, but realistically, I see voters penalizing him because he's not playing these last 15, 20 games of the year. And to be the most valuable player, you have to be on the field. A lot of nonsense stuff. The only guy that doesn't get affected by this is Mike Trout because his numbers are just far and wide better than anyone else in the American League. But I think this injury is going to cost Christian Yelich his MVP trophy. We then have Cody Bellinger and Anthony Rendon, who most people think it's really down to right now. Let's start off with Cody Bellinger, who's having a disgusting season. Amazing rookie year. Last year was lackluster, but only because you expected so much. And then 2019, he came out and was like, hold on. I'm a top 5 player in the league. In 147 games this year, Cody Bellinger has 44 homers, 31 doubles, 3 triples, and 109 RBIs. He's also stole 13 bases, 304 batting average, 408 on base, 625 slugging, and a 1.033 OPS, along with being a fantastic fielder, center field, first base, right field, wherever you want to put him. He's a gold glover. He deserves to win a gold glove this year. He's also got a cannon of an arm, ton of assists. He's He's made an impact offensively and defensively this year. And that defense is really what pushes Cody Bellinger to the next level. His hitting numbers off the charts, disgusting. Again, OPS above 1,000. You understand how hard that is to do in baseball. To get on base at a 400 percentage, slug at over 600. Nasty, nasty numbers. This is what we expect of Cody Bellinger when we saw his rookie season. But he's really evolved into being a complete player now. Runs the bases really well. As I mentioned, defensively, he's been so good out in the outfield. According to Baseball Reference, he has a defensive WAR of 1.6. So just in the outfield alone, he's contributing to wins for his team. Absolute cannon of an arm. I think he's towards the top in the league in assists for outfielders. Covers a ton of ground, makes a lot of plays. Cody Bellinger is a complete player and 100% deserves to win the National League MVP. But then you have Anthony Rendon, and it makes it really difficult to choose. Because when you look at Anthony Rendon's numbers, oh my goodness, he might be better than Cody Bellinger on the offensive side of the baseball. In 136 games this year, Rendon has 34 homers, 43 doubles, 3 triples, and 119 RBIs. He's hitting a league best 332 with an on-base at 415, slugging at 625, and OPS at 1.040. Defensively, he's above average. He has a positive defensive WAR. And when you watch this guy play in the field, he's a really good third baseman, so something that maybe sabermetric stats don't necessarily help him out with, but he's good at third. Those numbers are nasty. How do you pick? This is so hard. This has to be one of the closest National League MVP races that we've seen in the last 10 years or so. Because you've got Bellinger, who's the complete player, making an impact not only at the plate at a ridiculously high level, but also defensively. And then you have Anthony Rendon, who's still very solid defensively, but a little bit better offensively this year than Cody Bellinger. I mean, his OPS is higher. The only thing he's really behind him in is home runs, but extra base hits he has more, better batting average, better on base percentage, same slugging percentage. Anthony Rendon has a legitimate shot to win the National League MVP, and prior to this year, and honestly prior to the last month, this guy was getting no recognition. I always say it in my videos, one of the most underrated players in all of baseball. As a Mets fan, I see him time and time again just be a professional hitter, dominate the Mets, and I don't necessarily want to say I'm glad he's playing so well and that people are starting to realize it, but it's good that a star player in this league, a top 10 player, a top 5 player possibly in Major League Baseball, is starting to get recognized, because since 2017, he has been disgusting. Now, based strictly on 2019, this choice is very difficult. What makes it really easy is that both of these teams look like they're going to be making the playoffs, so the argument of, well, he's playing for a playoff team and Mike Trout's on the Angels, they stink, that's gone. You can't even talk about that, because Rendon and the Nationals look like they're going to be making the playoffs, and then obviously the Dodgers best team in the National League. Do you penalize Bellinger because he plays on the best team in the National League? What does he really contribute? They'd still be really good without him. Does that help Rendon? Because without Rendon, that Nationals lineup is not nearly as good as it is with him. I'm not someone who likes to do that. I don't like to value whether if you took them off the team or how much they really impacted on that team. I like looking at stats, and I think that Cody Bellinger is going to end up winning the National League MVP, and I think that the voters are going to end up picking Cody Bellinger, although I think it should be Anthony Rendon. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that I think that Cody Bellinger should be the National League MVP, but I think that's what the voters are going to end up going with. The sheer fact that he has pretty much comparable numbers to Anthony Rendon on the offensive side, and then you include how valuable he's been defensively, I think that's going to carry a lot of weight in their eyes. While I'm not someone who likes to pick my MVPs based on defense, when the numbers are so close, I can understand why you would pick Cody Bellinger over Anthony Rendon. You have to find some way to differentiate the two, and the difference is the defense. I think I'd like to see Anthony Rendon win it. Like I said, I've always said he's so underrated, one of the better players in the league, so it just make me like feel good that I'm right, because like you guys know, I love to tell you when I'm right, San Francisco Giants fans. But I think it's going to be Cody Bellinger just based on what voters are going to do. Christian Yelich, I still think maybe has an outside shot, but missing these games is definitely going to hurt him. And Anthony Rendon, I just don't think he's going to get the love again. I want him to, but I just don't think he's going to. He might even finish in third, which is craziness, because I can see Yelich not winning it, but finishing in second, which would then move Rendon to third, or then you move Bellinger to third. Like, that's the crazy situation in this. One of these people are going to finish in third. How do you pick? But I think the National League MVP is going to be Cody Bellinger. This is an extremely tough decision for me. Like, honestly, I want to flip a coin almost, but I think the voters go Cody Bellinger, although I'll be rooting for Anthony Rendon, I'm not going to lie. I would love to know who you guys think is going to win the National League MVP. Get in the comment section down below. Tell me why you think Bellinger, Yelich, Rendon, maybe someone else. Why you think they're going to win the National League MVP down in the comments below. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Remember to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it. That's the best way to show your support to the channel, as well as if you are new here, click that subscribe button, join the team so you don't miss out on any of the content. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GiraffeNeckMarc. Links are in the description down below to both of those. You can continue to talk baseball with me over there. And that's gonna wrap up today's video. I got a lot of stuff planned for the rest of the week and the upcoming weeks. I'm super excited to be back on the grind. You see, I'm uploading more and more videos again, so we're back. We're getting ready. We're getting ready for the postseason push. But for today's video, that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I do appreciate you. You know the drill. YouTube recommends you watch this video right here, as well as this is my most recent upload, so click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. time. Bye.